Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. The Huslers Fund is about to collapse. This is one of the projects that William Samoei Ruto started with, and it is one of the many projects that is being touted as a success story. But ladies and gentlemen, is there anybody in this channel who can tell a success story kwamba alianzisha the Huslers Fund akafaulu and now he is eating life with a big spoon? Anyone with a success story, tell us if you have or you know of somebody who borrowed. Because what I know, majority of Kenyans, the maximum they could borrow is Kenya shilling 500. Who ever started the business and repaid the money and increased the threshold of getting the loan and now is enjoying? When I listened to William Samoei Ruto talking about the Huslers Funds, the way he was saying that they were going to increase, the tone of William Samoei Ruto was telling a different story. A story of pain, a story of failure, a story of disappointment. Because the truth of the matter is that a number of Kenyans that we have tried to interview took the loan, never bothered to repay the loan. This is because majority of Kenyans strongly believe that this is government money and the government money belongs to them. This is taxpayers' money. In fact, a friend of mine was telling me that he took Kenya shilling 3,000 and has never bothered to repay, because kulingana naye aliniambia hizi ni zile pesa zetu wanaiba pesa zetu, kisha natukopesha, wanataka tulipe, kisha wanufaike kwa riba. That is the interest. That was the argument. And this story, I believe, is also replicated in many places, kwamba watu wengi wanazungumzia swala hili, and I pity Kenya Kwanza when it comes to hizi pesa za Huslers, the Huslers Funds. And if you want to know that this project is taking Kenya nowhere, you listen to the CS Treasury. He's not talking about it. You listen to CS Trade, Moses Kuria. He's not talking about it. You listen to anybody, not talking about it. In fact, watu wengi hawataki kusikia swala hili. They don't to hear this topic being discussed. Because if it is discussed, it is causing more pain. And huu ni ukweli wa mambo. Jambo lingine ambalo linafanya this fund to fail is because it is opaque. The funds is managed in an opaque way, in a way that is not transparent, in a way that you cannot be able to tell exactly what is happening, in a way that you cannot be able to explain where is the money going, and in a way that Kenyans need not to know much, because ukiuliza mengi utakuwa umekosea. Again, when the Huslers Fund was brought, I think the intention was wrong. Starting from the way, kwa sababu unajua walikuwa nasema kwamba the Fuliza atinia familia Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, wakasema mshwari vile vile ni familia Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. That's why they were talking about the state capture and the way the Huslers would be liberated. But show me anyone Hustler who was liberated by the Huslers Funds. Show me how Fuliza, unafikiri bado watu wana Fuliza. In fact, if you ask me, I would prefer Fuliza si mara moja, si mara mbili, because you see, Fuliza is something that is manageable, is something that is well thought out. Kwa sababu unajua ukifuliza, ukiweka pesa kwa M-Pesa, kile ambacho Fuliza wanafanya, kwanza wanatoa pesa zao, wanachukua riba ambayo si ya hali ya juu sana, kisha baada ya kuchukua riba yao, the interest, and then they allow you to now take more funds. And it is very contrary to Huslers Funds. Kwa sababu when you look at the way it was implemented, because it had all the political angles, anything that is economic, anything that has financial implications and is implemented in a political angle just to hurt some people or to make some people suffer ili wengine waibishwe, kusema kweli ukweli ni kwamba such projects rarely succeed. Mambo kama haya si rahisi yakafanikiwa kwa sababu unajua before you come up with a project you need to have sat down, come up with all the SWOTs, the strength, the weakness, the opportunities, the threats. You come up all with this and then you implement the project. You don't just wake up one day na unaanza unaangalia Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta unasema yule mtu wa maziwa, we want to run him out of town, we want now to have our Huslers funds. Eti unajaribu kufanya hivi ili mtu fulani aweze kuaibika, ili mtu fulani aweze kushindwa kuendeleza biashara yake. It is wrong in my view and it doesn't work that way, it doesn't operate that way. So the Huslers funds, I strongly believe, is just a matter of time before Kenya comes to realize the truth. And when Kenyans realize the truth, I believe the Kenya Kwanza, you have nothing to talk about. And by the way, it will be very, very embarrassing if you ask me if the Huslers funds collapse. In fact, I would like you to succeed if you ask me, because you see, it is just a market, it's just a commodity in the market. I would like you to succeed such that Kenyans can also benefit. But by the way it was brought up, I doubt if it could have succeeded, kwa sababu kile ambacho tunaona kwamba hata zile pesa ambazo zilipelekwa pale, kwa sababu kuna watu ambao huku mitaani wanasema hizi ni pesa za wash, kwa sababu watu wanauliza hizi pesa zetu toka wapi. Wengi wanasema kwamba hizi ni pesa zetu, wengi wanasema kwamba these are people who are trying to clean their money so that the money can enter the market, can enter the bank, kisha wanapata pesa zao. And I don't know, lakini unajua Waswahili wanasema lisemwalo lipo na kama halipo laja. Ukweli ni kwamba the government is no longer talking about the Huslers funds, na kama wanaongea wakiwa wamejificha, wanaongea chini ya meza, wanaongea nyuma ya tents, hawataki kuongea hadharani. And we remember very well that William Samoei Ruto had promised Kenyans that he was going to unveil a better strategy. We are going to move to the next level whereby people would move into groups, into cooperatives, and then they would get even as much as 1 million. Lakini ni wangapi ambao wamepata? Do you know of any group ambayo wameedea wakapata milioni? Because I believe Kenya should go for this money. Hizi pesa ni zenu, nedani mchukue, wewe ukisikia utalipa, lipa. Wewe kama huna chakula, no, the government has has given us the money. But if it succeeds, I'm telling you, it is one of the best things. The problem is the implementation. The problem is the way it is being implemented with political connotations. Ati tunazileta ili kumwadhibu na kumwaibisha mstaafu Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. Lakini kulingana nami, if you ask me, the approach is wrong. If you ask me, the implementation is wrong, the methodology is wrong, and everything about it is wrong. But the idea is good. The idea is good, but the implementers. What I know is that igawa watu wanafikiria kwamba hizi pesa, because we don't someone was telling the country that there is no way, you don't need to know anybody, you don't need to what. But this is the money for the government. So somebody somewhere is controlling the system. Who owns the system? That's the question that many Kenyans are asking. Ladies and gentlemen, remember to like this video. Remember to support this video in the best way you know how. Maisha yataendelea vizuri, and this remains the best channel for those of you who have been watching us from all corners of Kenya and the globe. We are very, very humbled. I take this opportunity kusema asanteni sana. Like this video kindly.